Greetings, Professor. Today, we are going to be discussing about Quick Learning Application, that is a web app for a learning management system. We're going to be throwing light on the 14 agendas that are laid out in front of us. Firstly, the feedbacks, the roles and responsibility, problem statement, description, personas, and the retrospective lastly. Improvements made in the last sprint. The Wiki page was not user-friendly. We have made that changed. The live demo was not added in the end of the presentation. We have done that as well. The order of the presentation was skewed in the last sprint. We have changed it in a more meaningful way according to the rubric the professor provided us. We have changed the user story ID to match the test case IDs, and we have added proper heading for each pages. As you can see, we have 6 team members in front of us. Amit, Ankush, and Genius are software developer. Sharanya, Shravani, and Usha are software developer. They're also handling the database, business analyst, and software developing roles between them. The problem statement, there are 4 problem statements which pushed us towards choosing learning management system as our topic. Firstly, when a student misses a class in the university, he or she loses track of what is going on. So this helps the student keep track of what has been taught in the class and which test is coming up. Secondly, the parents and teacher, it is very difficult for them to communicate among each other. This provides a platform using which the teachers can schedule an appointment with the parent based upon their availability. Currently, the announcements that are made in class are missed by the students. So we have designed a system through which the announcement would be pushed to the student with the help of push notifications. The project description: Quick Learning Application is a software which was designed to create, distribute, and manage the delivery of educational content to the student. So we have taken that into consideration and we have designed all the functionalities and the user stories accordingly. Now, a learning management system web app could be a standalone product, or it could be a subscription-based model. When we talk about a standalone product, we have to give all the functionality to the user in one go. And when we talk about a subscription-based model, we can provide them with a MVP, that is a minimum viable product, and keep on sending them updates as and when their requirements keep updating. So further, the slides are going to be explained by Genius. So over to you.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. This is me, Genius, and I shall walk you through the personas. Very first persona we have is Olivia, who's the administrator, who's the principal of the institution or the application, quick learning application, LMS. And Olivia manages a team of teachers. Each teacher has like 40 students assigned under her, and well, she basically has like super user privileges. She's the administrator. When she logs in, she has access to, like, she has super controls, and she has each and every right and each and every functionality access to all the features and all the services of the LMS learning management system. So that's Olivia. That's the admin. Moving on to the next one, we have Matthew, who is a teacher. He teaches geometry, and his responsibility is to grade students' exams, paperwork, and then create new coursework, upload, say, like quizzes, tests, conduct examinations, and also take the regular weekly or daily attendance of the students. And on the last day of the semester, he's got a report, generate a report like for the students' mark sheets or the grades. That's Matthew, the geometry teacher, who is assigned some courses along with geometry subject, and he teaches the students with the online facility provided by Quick Learning Application. Now, the third and last persona we have is like Noah, who is a student. As a student, it's his responsibility to manage his coursework and then keep a track of his deadlines. He keep on submitting the assignments, then take exams, and then come out with good grades, and then sorry, and getting one of his dream goal is to like get into another big university after completion of his ongoing academics. Like suppose say he's in his undergrad and he wants to get into a postgraduate college to pursue his master's. So that would be like top tier university or like one of the top choices. So he has to come up with good grades, and he's looking at himself in a good institution after the completion of his ongoing course after his academics. So that's persona three, the student. All right. To summarize, we had the first persona, which is Olivia, who's the administrator slash principal. The second one is Matthew, our geometry teacher, and has like 40 students, and who manages the students. Administrator was Olivia, who manages the teachers. The teacher Matthew, who manages the students, and students who manage their work and their homework and their studies. So, well, that's four personas. We have three personas. I have summarized them. And moving forward, onto the next.
Hello, my name is Amit, and I'll be explaining our minimal viable product MVP. So we have done login and registration and our homepage in Sprint 2. But like in add course process, we had some issues, so we fixed those issues, and we can add course and delete course, and we can put the courses in the cart. Like student can put the courses in the cart. We have three different type of logins now for admin, teacher, and student. And now admin can also enroll a student to a course, and there is a minimal settings page for admin to send a message, and there is a database, minimal database to store all this information, including course information and uh, sign in infos.
All right, thank you guys once again for giving me this opportunity to explain you the charts. And once again, genius, this is me trying to explain you team velocity chart for our quick learning application. We started with sprint 1, 2, and 3. After that, converge all three graphs into one for better explanation, as we got the feedback from professor last time. And yeah, let's keep it simple this way. So well, the dark blue graph, the bar represents like the expected work from the team, and the green one represents like the work done or like actually delivered by the team, which we were able to cope up with the expectations. So yeah, the sprint 1 went well, and sprint 2 even better, and sprint 3 over here, as you can see, it's the average and was like was so far so good kind of thing. And this chart shows more in-depth analysis of timeline productivity, where our team has or was able to keep up the deliverance with the expectations. Yeah, the team has always tried for the betterment, and fingers crossed. Moving on to the next one, we have the average, like team history velocity. Like now the scale on the y-axis represents like user stories, and the x-axis we have sprint 2 and sprint 3, and again the average. So sprint 2, we have, as you can see, like the completion level, and the commitment level. It's like the committed level, it's kind of leveled up. They are the same page. But what happened in sprint 3 was like we got a lot of feedback, and we had a change, and we had to modify a few things. So in order to keep up the same productivity, we try to lower the say like task, and like increase the productivity. So you see a little bit of the difference, like the potential difference over here. But yeah, and again, like, to keep the average and everything balanced, we have managed as a team, we have managed to come up with the same number of user stories this time. Like, sprint 2 and sprint 3, you can see it's not much of a difference, and the team has done well. Moving on to the next one, we have the burn down chat, which I explained last time as well. But again, until today, this last time was like 28th of October. Now it's 29th of November. Like, we have sprint 3. Well, the sprint we start from 7th of September. That's because the fall semester began like somewhere pretty close to like 28th or 7th of September, and it went all the way to 27th of September, which we had our first sprint. And then the second sprint was conducted on 28th of October. And now is the time for third sprint, which is 29th of November. That is until today. So we had, as you can read from the graph, like, the blue line is the benchmark that we set up. It's like the standardized benchmark, and like the red one, actually the pink one, to be honest, it actually specifies the ups and downs we had during our progress or during the timeline. So yeah, we had times where we had to over deliver, and we had times where the team was falling short of inputs or tasks. But yeah, we've managed to keep it going, and keep it all the graphs always we try to maintain the trend. And well, that's the burn down chart. Now, committed and completed ratio. This one specifically speaks out for the sprint 2, where we had like, say, an expectation of like say like 50 user stories, but what we're able to work on 40. And the same as for the sprint 3, we had an committed ratio of like 75%, but we were able to work out on like 70%. But these percentage mean nothing, but like we have considered them for the user stories for a better analysis, like percentage, and put a graphical to make it look good and more understandable. Well, that's the committed and completed ratios for sprint 2 and sprint 3. To summarize all the graphs once again, let's have a glance at it, all of those, quickly and easily. So team velocity chart, we started with sprint 1, 2, and 3, displaying all of those three under the same on the same page. And we had the average. I took sprint 2, sprint 3, the two latest ones, and then displayed the average to for you guys to understand, like, it's not much of a difference. We're pretty much on the same level between the two sprints. Burn down chart, yeah, we started with the fall semester, like 7th of September. Then we had sprint 1 that was until 27th of September, and we had 28th of October, that was sprint 2, and now 29th of November. The graph is following the downtrend, and like that is how it's supposed to go. We're starting with a lot of tasks, like getting close to the completion, like there's nothing much left now. There is tasks and things we need to do, and like people have to be at places, but almost covering up pretty much everything. That's the burn down chart. And last but not the least, committed and completed ratios for sprint 2, this one, and sprint 3, following respectively. Well, it was a pleasure explaining to you my part, and thank you for listening patiently. And well, I hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Hi everyone. So I'm going to tell you about the technologies we are going to use in the project. For the front end, we are using React.js and HTML and CSS. For the back end, it's Java and PHP. And for the database, we are going to use MongoDB and MySQL. For the communication channel, we are going to use Slack. For the repository, it's GitHub. And for the project tracking, it's Jira. The deployments we are going to do are Apache, XAMPP, and Code Editor. The other slide is conceptual architecture diagram. In this, the first layer is adaptive e-learning portal and learning styles acquisition, which is also called as web usage mining. The second part which is learning repository, which goes into user classification manager, and further it goes into internet interface component manager. The third layer, which is also called the database and content layer, it is the first activities, the administrative activities, which will go into adaptive content manager and then into the e-learning content repository. Other slide is user interaction diagram, in which there are 4 modules, which is interface, admin, student, and professor, wherein the interface and admin, they will manage the accounts and manage the course material. They will create account, login, enrollment of classes, and search. Also, they can attend live classes and the doubts can be clarified. Between the admin and the student, the parts are login, upload, they can upload the course material. They can also take the live lectures or live classes, and they can upload the availability of their time, and also the admin and student, they can clarify doubts between them.
So today I'm talking about the application modeling. So whenever the user comes into our application, then we are asking him whether he have account or not. If he doesn't have an account, then we are allowing him to sign up for the application so that he can log in whenever he wants. So we have 3 roles, that is admin, professor, and student. So when the admin logins, whatever the features are here that we are providing, such as like he was able to see the list of departments, courses, professors list, and the students list under that organization, and also maintaining and monitoring the students and professors profile, and communication channels, maintaining and monitoring the course content up to date, looking into the accounts such as like professor salary and students course payment details and everything. So here when the professor logins, he was able to see whatever the upcoming schedules that he had and the list of courses that he was teaching, attend live classes if there are any, uploading course related content to the, so that the student can download from there and they can learn from there, uploading assignments, quizzes, and exams, giving marks and feedbacks for them, and monitoring the students' progress. If any student is not good, then conducting study hours, special classes, communication channels between the professor to professor, professor to organization, and professor to student. When the student logins, he was able to see the list of courses, weekly schedule that he had, and personal profile of the student, and upload assignments, write exams, submit quizzes, and also he was able to see marks for that, how much he got, so that he'll get the progress of that particular course, and the achievements, workshops that he attended, badges that he gained, certifications, downloads. uh, by downloading the materials, he was able to learn whenever there is no network. So important or saved materials. So he was able to save materials also, so that whenever there are interviews, he can refer to that. Handshake, so that he can apply for the jobs which were related to that course. Communication channels and course payment details. So this is product development cycle. In this, first we are creating stage and production instance. Stage is for testing purpose and production is directly connected to the user. So first we are designing the DB, later we are connecting the DB with the APIs, and we are retrieving the DB data and providing the service URLs and the data in JSON format to the front-end team. So front-end team will integrate that, and they will deploy it in the stage server, and we'll test it. If and only if there are no bugs, then we'll give that particular features to the production. Otherwise, we'll check the DB design, and also if there are any API crashes, and also if there are any condition fails in front end or back end, and we'll sort it out, and again we'll deploy it in stage, and again we'll test, and again if there is a success, then we'll go to the production. And this is the sprint 2 recap. We have done the dry run in sprint 2, which is nothing but we have added a dummy data before we are creating a DB, so that we'll be knowing whether the database is suitable for future use or not. If there are any future enhancements, if we are able to add the new column into the DB, if it affects or not, and everything we have checked in the dry run. And later we have designed the DB which suits for our application. And also user sign up, we have created the user sign up page, user login page, and logout pages. And the difference between sprint 2 and sprint 3 is that we have stabilized the diagrams such as a user interface diagram, application modeling diagram, and the architecture diagrams. We have stabilized that. And also we have resolved few issues that we faced in sign up, login, and logout screens. And also in this sprint, we have developed a new feature, that is the course access to the all the roles, that is admin, student, and professor. And also we have resolved the issues that we got it in course access screens. And this is the product backlog. Here there are a few things that we have to do in the next sprint, and we have planned for the future purpose, and that are going partially completed. So a few things are that we have to encrypt the password while we are storing it in DB, so that it will be not hacked by the other people. And also we have planned like language, if any people were not able to understand the English fluently, so that they can change the language into their native, and they can, so that it will be more user friendly. So this was the planned user story. So we are planning for that, not yet started. So the other things are that we planning for the next sprint is like sending notifications, top rated courses showing to the students, so that he'll be able to do that course. And also if the student wants to text with the other students, communicate with the other students to make the connections and everything. And these are the few that are going in process, that is partially completed. Uploading the material for the course, not partially completed, it was fully completed, but we are facing few issues and we are trying to resolve it. And this sprint backlog will be explained by the other team. Thank you.
Thank you, Usha, for explaining the product backlog. So we're going to be discussing the sprint backlog that we have. So there were currently 4 stories that we had, user stories that we had planned on completing, but we did not. First was my account. So when the user enters into the web app, they open onto a home screen, and my account allows them to save their personal information. So each time they open up the web app using their own credentials, they open up to a personalized homepage rather than a general homepage, a generic homepage. Second is the professor giving feedback to the students after the quiz. That was also a feature which we planned but could not complete. Third was uploading the course material. So the professor could upload the course material so that it is available for the students to use. And making announcements for a particular course was also not completed in this. This is the user stories that we have completed, and along with their acceptance criteria. These are 6 of them, and the rest of them are on this page. And the next slide will be explained by Shravani. So Shravani, over to you.
Today I'm going to discuss about the test cases. Each user story is identified by the unique ID which is user ID, and the each test case is identified by the user unique ID, which is the test ID, and there will be the description and what is the test case for, and what is the current state of the user. Will let us know whether the user is logged into the application or he is out of the application. And this is the sample data which we use to test our user stories, and this is the expected result. So firstly, we worked on the login page, whether the user should be logged into the application by using the valid username and password. So the username should be like anything at gmail.com, and the password should be like a combination of numbers and the letters, and the password should be the encrypted one. And if the user is logging into the application for the first time, so it should allow them to create an account. So by entering the valid username and password, he should be navigated to a page where he creates his account. And if the user forgets his password, then we have enabled a link where he'll be able to change his password. And the user story 2, where we the test cases are getting then access to the account, where the user can edit his profile picture, and he can change his personal information like his email address and mobile number, etc. And the three in the user story 3, we have access as a to our portal as an admin, student, and the professor. If he is logged in as an as an admin, then he should be able to see the list of students, and the user should be logged into the application, and the user should be an admin, and he should be able to view the list of students, a list of teachers, and view the count of students who are enrolled in a particular course, and the track the teachers activities. And if the user is logged in as a student, then he should view the list of courses he is enrolled for, and he should not be able to see the list of courses which is not enrolled for, and he should be able to see the materials as well. And if the user is logged in as the professor, then he should be able to give the feedback to the students, and upload the course materials, upload the videos, and which are necessary for his teaching. And lastly, about the logout, the user should be logged into the application, and then when he clicks on the logout button, then he should give a confirmation message whether the user is wants to log in for sure. And if he clicks on yes, then he'll be logged out of the application. Next slide. So these are the stories which we have completed in the sprint, and login, and the list of students and teachers in the course, and the admin, student, professor, courses access, and attempt the quiz or the test, and access the course material. Next slide. These are the stories which are partially completed in this sprint, and we'll be trying to complete it by the next sprint, like giving the feedback to the students for the quiz, and announcement of the classes for the particular course, where the professor will be able to announce his class details, and uploading his course material for the course. The next will be continued by my teammate. Now I'm going to discuss about the retrospect, what went well, what needs to be improved, and what did not go well in the sprint. The next slide. What went well. So prototyping gave us the head start of our project, of our development of our project. Then we have done the testing gave us the valuable insights, like we were able to fix the issues when we were doing the testing. We got new ideas, and we're trying to implement them, and better user stories with a more defined acceptance criteria, we were able to do it. and the collaboration among our teammates were good, even though it is a remote, we connected remotely, but there was a good communication among all our team members, and helped each other in of our works. If there is any complicated tasks, then we shared among each other and worked on them, and each of us helped, and that was our bonding has improved. Next slide. And what did not go well, understanding, and we should understand the user stories before picking it up, so that we will reduce the time, and our estimates were a bit optimistic. We planned 6 of the user stories, but some of them we could not complete it in this sprint, because we were facing some of the issues in the user stories which we were working on, and try to eliminate the unnecessary meetings. And prototyping gave us a head start, but it took a bit longer time than expected to implement it, and it took more time to fix the bugs which we were found when we were doing the testing. Next slide. So these are the improvements we came up with. So each of the developer, whenever he is picking up a user story, should analyze the user story first, and then discuss among our team members and decide what has to be done in the user story and what is not, and think and discuss about the action items before doing it, and assign the user stories, assign any of the issues to ourselves before working on it. Do the unit testing to decrease the number of bugs. So these are the improvements that has to be done in the next sprint. Next slide. Um, these are the stories completed in this sprint. These are the stories, some of the stories which has to be completed in the next sprint. So need to encrypt the password while storing it in the database, and the payment page we need to work on it, and add the faster loading of the pages. And as an admin, he should send the message to the students and the professors. And as a user, I would like to send the notification and updates to the students, and uh, send the text with the other students, so that they can communicate among each other well. So these are the stories which have planned in the next sprint, and the next the project demo would be continued by Amit.
Hello again. I'll be showing us the slide app screenshots. So this is our homepage, and this will be our login for student and admin and teacher. This will be the sign up. This is the dashboard for admin, and this is like a little setting page for admin in just a website setting, where you can set banners and like you can write about us, terms and conditions and all. Admin can also enroll a student, and you can add new course and delete the course. And thank you.